God has really been allowing me to dive deep in his flow. And a lot of times when you're in the presence of God, he will begin to really allow you to see some of the things that are going on outside in our environments. And I just want to reach out and talk to somebody today to let you know that they want you feeling bad, down, confused, abused, and codependent. You have a door open, a communication line open, and an energy flow open to the adversary. See, the devil works through people to steal your hope, your joy, and your peace. And a lot of you don't understand why you keep going back to somebody that treated you the way that they treated you. It's almost like you are addicted to their type of love. You are addicted to their presence. You are addicted to their ill treatment when you know that it's uncomfortable. You're still addicted to it. I just heard God say that that's a soul tie that probably began when you were a child. He wants me to let you know that it's time for you to delete and block, or block and delete. He wants me to let you know it's time to unfriend and block and remove. He wants me to let you know to stop looking back because you keep on turning into a pillar of salt. He wants me to let you know that in order for you to get what he has for you, in order for you to experience the love that he has preserved for you, in order for you to have a life and have it more abundantly, it's time to just abruptly cut some people off. See, a lot of you have been entertaining the company of people that ain't no good, don't mean no good, and ain't gonna ever be no good. A lot of you have been remaining company or keeping the door open with someone that's like a Judas up in your camp, that's smiling in your face and talking about you behind your back. A lot of you are in situations where you are in relationships with a man or a woman that's toxic, that's draining you and treating you less than you deserve to be treated. But I just wanted to reach out on this Wisdom Wednesday to let you know that the Lord said that it's time to block them and it's time to delete them. It's time to block them. It's time to remove them. He said it's just time to cut them completely off. Because see, some of you don't have the strength to make a move. God is saying stop playing with the devil and go ahead and cut him off so you can be set free. God says stop playing with that relationship. Go ahead and cut that off so that you can heal and pull in the partner that you deserve. God is saying stop allowing them to play with your finances. Go ahead and cut them off before they have you in bankruptcy court. God is saying stop allowing them to play with your heart and cut them off before you have a disease in your flow. God is saying it's time for you to delete and block somebody. It's time for you to delete and block them having access to your life. It's time for you to stop picking up the telephone. It's time for you to stop thinking about them and occupy your mind with God. It's time for you to block and to delete. See, a lot of you want to experience great things in your life, but you are linked up with people that are not great folks in your life. A lot of you know what God has called you to do, but you keep sitting there playing with it because you don't want to let this one go or you don't want to let that go. Honey, Abraham had to leave everything that he knew in order for him to get to the promise that God had guaranteed him. He had to let go of things that was familiar. He had to let go of family members. He had to let go of people that he grew up with. He had to let go with a familiar part of town. He had to let go of an old mindset and he had to press towards the mark in order for him to see God. A lot of you can't see God because you in the midst of the abyss with Satan. A lot of you can't experience God because you are experiencing a bunch of foolishness up in your flow that's keeping you detached from the frequency of what God has to offer. God is saying it's time to cut them off and block them and delete them. I heard him say, cut them off and block them and delete them. Honey, if you ain't got the courage, I'm going to breathe some courage into your nostrils today to let you know that God said it's time to cut them off and block them and to delete them. They want to play with your mind. They want to play with your money. They want to play with your emotions. They want to play with your heart. But I heard God say it's time to cut them off. Without an explanation, cut them off. They left you and came back and left you and came back without an explanation. God said it's time for you to cut them off without a word. Cut them completely out of your life so that you can experience God on a whole nother level. God is saying that he wants to pour his spirit into you so much that you pour in everything that you have always wanted to experience in your life. But I heard God say it's time to let it go. It's time to let the abusive partner go, sis. It's time to let that girl go, brother. It's time to let the argumentative spirit that is reigning in your life. It's time for you to let it go. It's time for you to cut them friends off that don't call you until they don't have nothing else to do. It's time for you to stop being an option. God said you'll always be an option if you allow people to treat you like an option. God is saying that you are the main course. God is saying that you're the only one. But until you can have the courage up in your belly to let that go and stop being an option, let that go and stop being abused, let that go and stop being used, you will never get what God has for you. He's saying to let it go. Let it go and cut it off. Just let it go. Let it go. Take them out of your phone and block them. Just let it go. You'll never attract the husband that you want dealing with a narcissist. You'll never attract the husband that you want dealing with a low down dirty dog. You'll never attract the wife that you want dealing with a trickster. You will never attract the wife that you want dealing with a fool. God is saying, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Cut them off, block them, and delete them. Let them go. They don't have the privilege to have access to you, chosen ones. These people don't care anything about anything other than hurting your feelings. Let it go. It's time for you to attract what God has for you. And I know that sometimes it can be difficult. I know it's hard to imagine that it's something better out there, but I heard him say it's better out there. It's better out there. He's just waiting for you to trust and believe in what he has for you and let the lower vibrational, abusive, low down, dirty people go, because you deserve so much more. I love you guys. Peace, because I believe that you can. Bye now.